somebody said that there's two things you can do badly but still enjoy. One is golf, and the other is sex. So, you know, this is sort of a tour of my own about, first, this perspective that we need to have in terms of the Catholic tradition, and I'm sure everyone else will do the same.
One of the things that was talked about a lot by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions, and they had a lot of questions on this, was in relation to human sexuality, because it's a major part of your life development.
We put on clothes to hide that which is private to us, that which is sacred to us, that which is not meant for anyone who comes along, but rather meant for those with whom we love.
You see, what we are most afraid of is loneliness. We try to establish connections with people, with friends, and then sex is one of them, with the female sex.
What brought this event? What made you think that this is something that Mount Royal needed?
That's a good question. I think that often there's a number of stereotypes around religion and sex, and I was hoping to kind of address those. I think one is that students get a certain message about sex, and often the predominant message is one from the health perspective, which is a really important message. But to get it from sort of an ethical, moral values perspective, and to hear some of the thought-out traditions of religious perspectives was one of the reasons that I thought it'd be great to do something like this.
A practicing Muslim would not date. We have very sort of strict gender segregation rules within our religion, and so you wouldn't go out on a date with, I wouldn't go out on a date with a man. I didn't date my husband.
Let's say a Christian perspective generally, sex before marriage is not acceptable as a practice.
Sexual intercourse, making love, is a moment of great holiness. And that if it's not, then it becomes an act just of merely either objectification or exploitation or getting through something or doing it because other people are doing it.
And masturbation tends to turn one in to oneself and away from others and away from relationships with others. So it's in the Christian tradition generally, people certainly understand that there are tendencies to this, but it's not regarded as an orderly way to live one's sexual life. So one of my students a few years ago gave me a bumper sticker that said, "Sex is better than logic, but I can't prove it."